Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you get your green gear 25% off. Promo code Jericho1. All caps, number 1. So first before I get to that, a few videos ago I mentioned how the news and stuff on my feed has changed since Biden's pervertus has taken office. Before, every day was some unarmed black man being shot, some kind of riot. It's going to be World War III, all that bullshit, right? Their Trump hard-ons were hard enough to cut diamonds. So it's changed. Now it's all this fluffy, stupid, irrelevant shit. So one of the things that came across, not saying her death's irrelevant, but not exactly hard-hitting. So the actress Cloris Leachman died recently, and the headline was, Cloris Leachman dies at 94, cause of death revealed. I thought you just revealed her cause of death when you said she was 94. What do you need an autopsy for? The woman was damn near 95. That's a pretty good warranty she got out of that body. That's her cause of death, being 94. But of course, they did an autopsy, and I guess she had a stroke. But of course, before they got to the stroke, they had to say that she was battling complications from COVID-19. And then it said in the next sentence, COVID-19 did not cause the stroke that took her life. Well, if COVID-19 didn't mean shit, why'd you put it in there? Was her cause of death officially listed as a stroke? Or did you put it in as a stroke caused by complications from COVID-19? You see that shit? Why was that necessary? I don't give a damn what that woman had. She was 94. That's what killed her. But they had to sneak that COVID in there. They got to keep that fire stoked. Keep it going. Right when you thought shit was going back, oh, COVID, there it is. Even though it had nothing to do with her death, and if you didn't read that story, you would think she died from complications from COVID, from the sweet and sour sniffles. You see how they're doing us? Even poor Cloris Leachman wasn't safe from being a pawn in this bullshit ass game. Cause of death revealed. She was old as shit. Her memories were in black and white. Man, please. So, yesterday, I'll go with that. Yesterday, I mentioned that I was going to the DMV. Yay! Actually, it wasn't too bad. I had to wait in line for a little bit. They check your temperature. They ask you, you've been out of the country, blah, blah, blah. And I hear this dude ask the lady, well, how do you know if we're telling the truth if you ask us if we've been out of the country? She's like, well, we take your word for it. Honor system. So I get up there. I got to do my application, of course. $30 later, by the way. And a license in California is $38. Last time I renewed mine, it was $28. So I'm going over the application and shit. And of course, like any standard application, especially when it's something this important, something official, your ID, it has your description on it, doesn't it? So it said male, female. You hear that tone in my voice? The tone in my voice says there's another one coming. Because if there wasn't another one coming, I just say male, female. No, I didn't. I said male, female. That means there's a third one. It says male, female, or non-binary. Man, how stupid is this shit? This is an official document. We can't be fucking around here. This is official. It's your state-issued identification or driver's license. Non-binary. I don't give a shit what you think you are. For official purposes, I need to know what you got downstairs. Not what you feel upstairs or in your heart. What's your plumbing look like? If you got something hanging down, you're a male. If you don't, you're a female. Now, what you do in the privacy of your own home and your life is your business. But in the public domain, where all of us got to play around, you got to keep it real and tell us what you are, not what you feel you are. So in California, I'm sure there are other states, There are other states that have bitten the fucking cuckoo crazy, granola-headed dirt fucker, far left extremist, patchouli oil, soy phone whip, no dairy, latte pussy drink, right? So in California, you can be a male, you can be a female, or you could be neither, which is weird. Because I know some people that claim that non-binary nonsense. But it's funny because they say non-binary means you're not a man, you're not a woman, you just are. You're in the middle. You're not on either side. But both of them dress like males. They get their hair cut short, they take their little supplements, got a little peach fuzz, a little fur around here. They wear men's clothing. But if you're non-binary, how do you commit to being, and I mean in every sense of the word, doing everything you can to appear male? One of them even got the top surgery. That's where they remove, I don't know if they cut your titties off or they take the fat out, I don't know, but they're gone. A self-inflicted double mastectomy. So if you're non-binary, then why do you look like a man? I don't get it. I don't know. Anyway, so it asked, are you an American citizen? Yes. No. You hear my voice again? That means there's a third option. Are you an American citizen? Yes. No. Or my favorite, decline to answer. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You can't decline that. We need to know if you're here legally or illegally, and if we find out you're lying, you should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Decline to answer. Save your decline for something else. If I offer you something to drink, decline that. You can't decline answering whether or not you're an American citizen. But the reason there is a third option is because it's not important. They almost want you to not be an American citizen. That way you're more susceptible for latching on to this engorged, veiny federal teat that they want you to suckle from until you die. From cradle to grave. They want you depending on them for everything. If there's a way that they can make you depend on them for oxygen, they would. Remember Total Recall? Get your ass to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. Remember, they turn the oxygen on and off. What? Don't think they're not planning to do some shit like that. If they could get us to depend on them for the air we breathe, they would. That's why they want you. That's why you don't have to answer whether you're a citizen or not. Why wouldn't you? And especially if you're a legal immigrant to this country, you should be proud to check the box. Hell yeah, I'm a damn American citizen. All the damn studying and paying and waiting that I had to do. Screenings. Hell yeah, I'm an American. Why is there a third option for your gender, your sex, whatever you want to call it, and your status as a citizen? Why? Why is that not two options? Boy, girl. That's why when someone does a gender reveal for their baby, the smoke or whatever, the confetti is either blue or pink. I've never seen one. I don't even know what that color would be for a non-binary baby. That even sounds stupid to say it out loud. But it's boy or girl. Anything else is unfortunate, and I'm sorry that you are struggling with those issues. But we all can't partake in that insanity. We can't partake in that mental disorder. That's something you're going to have to deal with on your own. You can't have that shit spilling over into our shit in a regular society. We cannot partake in that. It's ridiculous. Unless you're in California. Male, female, or fucking non-binary. And how much money did it cost to print that extra line on all of these forms? Because I think, well, this is a while ago, but it's by law in California that official documents have to be printed in a certain amount of different languages. I don't know if it was 12 or 15 or something like that. but they have to be printed by law in all of these different languages. I don't understand that. Why would we have to do that? If you don't want to speak English, then don't come here. I don't feel like learning Italian, so I don't move to Italy. I'll go visit because I don't have to learn Italian. I can get by with my little handbook. Buongiorno. I can get by with that for a couple weeks. But I don't want to learn Italian, so I'm not moving to Italy. And I would feel obligated to learn their language if I went there, just so I'm not making it hard on them to communicate with me. I'm coming to their house. I'm a guest in your house, so I'm going to put on my guest manners. I'm going to be on my best behavior, and I'm going to try to assimilate as seamlessly as possible into your flow. I don't want you to even notice I'm here. I don't want you to have to think about the English you might have learned on TV or some shit. Don't worry about it. I'm in your country. I'll do my best to speak your language and go by your rules. When we were overseas in the Persian Gulf, we were over there during Ramadan. And when you pull into somewhere, you get what's called a port brief. They let you know what you can do and where you can do it and where you shouldn't be doing it and where you shouldn't be. Of course, us being young, all we heard was, where we not supposed to be, you'll find us there. But with things going on like Ramadan, all their beliefs and stuff, we don't share them. We don't pray 5 times a day. We don't fast until sundown, or all these other things that go along with it. But since we were in their house, we followed their rules. We didn't wear short sleeve shirts or shorts out during the daytime. We kind of stuck to the Americanized areas where the sailors and stuff and different military personnel and expats hang out, because we were in their house. But that's not how we do it. You come into our house, don't worry. We will bend over. We will contort ourselves. We will Cirque du Soleil ourselves just so you don't feel put out, even though this is our fucking house. So that was my fun at the Department of Motor Vehicles. Now some crazy shit that I heard. So one of my fans, I guess, sounds weird, follower, subscriber, viewer. What up, Christian? Yo, hoser. He's up in Canada, eh? America's hat. Shout out to your son, who is now currently in basic training for the Canadian military. I believe it's the Army. I could be wrong. But he's in the Canadian military. And he told me that his son gets to come home for a break. What? And I looked it up. They get a break, a week-long break in the middle of boot camp. Look, I'm not talking shit, all right? Because if you volunteer for your military in whatever country you're from, you have my respect. But having survived United States Navy boot camp, and I know it's the same across the board for all the other branches, the lesser branches, but it's the same across the board. You ain't getting no break for a week. You ain't getting a day. You're not getting 30 minutes of a break. I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled in boot camp. They didn't put me out. They gave me a bunch of lidocaine. I could hear him sawing into my teeth. 2 of my teeth hadn't even broke through the gum line yet. So what did they do? They cut through my gum line and extracted my teeth. He cut them into quarters and pulled them out. I can hear the roots ripping. I can hear my teeth cracking. I can hear him pulling my teeth out of my face. They gave me some ibuprofen and the rest of the day off. 03:30 the next morning, guess who was up doing PT in the dark with his jaw going boom, 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 boom. And the shitty part about the ibuprofen is it made me tired. Well, in boot camp, I'm already tired as fuck. So I stopped taking that, but they get a week-long break. That shit blew my mind. And now even the U.S. military is a little bit softer. But you damn sure don't get to go home. You do not get to go home to your people in the middle of boot camp. We didn't watch no TV. We didn't watch the news. There were no magazines. There were no newspapers. There was hardly even phone calls. I might have called home, including the one where you first get there. I'm here, I'm alive, I love you, bye. That, and literally, your first phone call is that fast. I'm alive, I love you, bye. That's it. Then somebody reaches over, hits the hang up button. You're done. On to the next evolution where you're going to get beat down. So maybe in boot camp, I might have called home 3 times. And they were, I think, the first one, 10 seconds, but the last 2, I think, were 15 minutes apiece. But you weren't headed home. You weren't going to have no fun. You weren't eating no Twinkies. None of that shit. We got in trouble because a dude snuck a pack of peanut butter back to the barracks. We paid for that. We got bent. We got cycled. I still remember the dude running across the barracks, throwing up from doing too many exercises. And then what happened? We got in trouble because he threw up on the deck. You can't win for losing. You are a recruit, piece of shit, and that's what you will be until graduation. But thanks for blowing my mind, hoser, because that wasn't even a concept. I go home before graduation? Nah, hell no. There was none of that. You were getting well, the only kind of break you got is if you were standing in line for chow, but even then you're supposed to be reading your knowledge, your general orders and rank and recognition and flag signals and all that shit. But there were no, hey guys, take a break. No, you just happened to be waiting to do something else. That was your break. But hey, shout out to America's hat. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.